Hello, and welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program with me, the Green Dragon. So it's time to go and try to plant a flag on the, Duna. And since my actual moon vessel was slightly overbuilt, I think I can take it to Duna and back safely. Very easily so, in fact, considering what the engineer tells me about the numbers I have available to work with. So to that end, I have waited until the appropriate time. We are on the sun is just setting and it's the right time to launch for Duna. So we are gonna do just that. We will throttle up. Well, you know how launches go, so there we are. Ignite it, and we are on our way. Hopefully this design does not betray me. I believe I started my turn after I got rid of the mainsails. Well, I'll figure it out. I haven't tested this before, but all the numbers should work out. The lander also has some 4000 meters per second of delta V. Not the best thrust to weight ratio maybe, but certainly it has the pure delta V's to get there, and Duna does not have a heavy atmosphere, so I believe that we should be good on that account as well. Of course, we won't know for fact until we try it, but Jebediah was like, yeah, test flight, fuck that, let's just go for it. So that's what we're doing, we're going for it. Throttle down, manage that fuel expenditure. We do not wish to accelerate too quickly just yet. Right, so apparently I ditched those after completing the first stage of my turn. Okay, keep you right there. No. Those are about to be expended. We need to get rid of them. There we go. And continue. Stay on target. Okay. Continue our turn and we should be good. Should be most good. We are now on the skippers. I love this new addition. It's amazing. That is actually going down, the time to apoapsis. That is not good. We'll keep burning at this angle for a while then. We want this to stay the same instead of going down, which it is doing more or less. Now it's going up, which means we slightly increase our turn. There we go. There we go. And we are on our way, still climbing out of the atmosphere, but you can't have everything now, can you? We will just do a straight shot for a Duna transfer. We're not gonna screw around with it too much, we're just gonna burn for it. Altitude is looking good. Oh crap, I'm not burning at full thrust, am I? Damn it! Give yourself 20 points if you noticed that. Fuck my life. Turn a bit more, there we go. There we go. Okay, turn completely horizontally now, that should be good, and we'll just keep burning horizontally till we hit a Duna transfer. We're gonna have to complete our orbit on nukes, but that is not the worst thing that has ever happened. Okay, stay stable, cut the engines, get rid of those, now accelerate. And something got smooshed, but we no longer care since that is coming down to fall in the ocean in any case. And gee, that is a bit close. Oh, come on, don't do this to me, game. Come on. You have got to climb into an orbit. No! Fuck. Well, I am slowing down my descent, but that is not good. inefficient ascent. We are all gonna die. So much fuel. What's your ISP at this altitude? Almost perfect, so it's not too bad. Okay, we are gonna climb out. Good. Altitude 40 something. Good, good, good. Here's to hoping it works the way it should. Okay, now burn for escape velocity and hope that nothing else goes wrong, because fuck me, that was not good at all. That was bad news. That may involve us scrubbing the... What the fuck are you drawing fuel from now? You're not drawing from the lander, are you? Are you? Ah, these top tanks. Okay. Alright, never mind, we're good then. That was really, really bad. That mismanaging of the throttle there, that will cost us a fair bit. Just saying, it will. Okay. That's a moon intercept, we don't want one of those. Come on. Climb into a higher orbit around the sun, please. I did say please. Please do it. Have started to drain those fuel tanks. That is not good at all. Come on. Can always hope for the fact that on our return we will be coming back with a significantly lighter ship and we can employ aerobraking at Duna to further help our situation. Closest approach. Variety. We do have an encounter, that is certainly something useful. Okay. Duna periapsis. Okay. I'll further adjust my inclination around here to compensate for, to bring us in even more perfectly. That's about as good as I can make it. Okay, here we go. Hopefully there will not be any more screw-ups, because I don't think we can afford them. If we had a reserve on this mission, I'm pretty sure that that little screw-up burned it up. Which means eek. That's what it means, eek. We'll have to adjust our approach before we enter the sphere of influence to come as close to it as possible. And, well, we'll see how that goes. But, oh, this worries me. We may not have enough fuel and we may have to mount a rescue mission. Okay, we're approaching our node adjustment in 10 hours. 5, 3, 2, 1, 40 minutes out. Time warp in a bit more. Okay, there we go. 5 minutes, as close as it needs to be at this point. And damn those... If we do this... Okay. This has 720, between the three of these, that's like half of that. So, we have gotten rid of 3/5 of our fuel, which is slightly more than I would have liked. I hope the numbers are accurate and how much fuel this kind of adventure actually takes, because on how much, you know, delta V we actually have, that is, because we are gonna need it. Yeah, it took more, I think, than it should have to escape Kerbium. We stayed in the atmosphere far too long and bled off far too much speed to that. because of that one mistake. So, yeah, that was a screw up that may well have cost us the mission. Okay. So we're gonna get close, and then we're gonna take a good hard look at what this actually looks like. Which direction are we coming in from? Okay, so if I burn... Okay, I'm gonna try and bring it in to a horizontal approach and a low horizontal approach, one of say 200 kilometers. That makes it go up. Wow, and that lost us our encounter actually. So that's not how we want to do this. Okay. Let's... Burning away from the sun brings our closest approach. Up. Just gonna... This is purely trial and error right now. That brings it in to a really narrow encounter. Burning towards the sun, on the other hand, brings it in real fast. Yes, we're barely using our engines, but... Okay, that is good. Alrighty. Okay, how are we coming in? Below or above? Can't really tell. Too far out. Okay, I'm gonna get closer. I think we may be coming in below. Come on, let me see. Yep, below. So we burn northwards, ever so slightly, and bring this in even closer. The idea is that I should be able to set up an aero brake maneuver relatively easily. Just by nudging things a bit. So this should even out at some point. Right about there. So that's at 700. Okay, one final adjustment to bring it in a smidge closer. And then we should be good. These are fuel saving measures because doing it out here means that I don't have to do it in there. You know, if I can bring my periapsis in with a 50th of the fuel I would have to use at Duna. That's how much of a difference we're talking about here. And I suppose we're gonna see what the encounter looks like. Periapsis is at 240. Okay, ascending, descending node is... Okay, our speed is pretty nasty. In order to drop into orbit we would need nearly 1,000. That is an unacceptable amount. We are coming nearly at it. The fact that we are coming into a 270 orbit doesn't really bug me that much. It really does not. Okay. So if I burn towards 90, that should bring my periapsis down. We will attempt an aero brake. We won't go too deep, but we will attempt... Damn it, Ike, you fucking bastard. Alright, we will turn this around and come in from 90 degrees. And where do we... You fucking bastard of a planet! Come on. Fuck. Well, that is not good. It will fuck with our orbit. Alright. Gonna try this without any quick saves. If I crash horribly, remember me fondly. Gonna aim for 20,000. And we're gonna warp in and hope that the simulation is not too inaccurate on that. Okay, fuel. We still have those tanks, so we should be relatively okay. Alright. Ike, you son of a bitch, you better not fuck this up for me. Okay. I don't want to go in too deep into the atmosphere, I just want to graze it enough to put us into some sort of an orbit. I can worry about the rest later. Right now I just want an orbit. Okay. There we encounter Le Ike. That changes ever so slightly. How close? Yeah, I'm not aborting to an Ike mission in any case, especially considering the speed we have. No. It's just not worth it. Alright. Oh, fuck me. Oh no, we're good. Okay. Okay. So 20,000. I'm gonna push it up to 23, 24 to be sure. And that, you know, we don't burn up. And then I'm gonna leave it at that. 24, okay. Sorry, not that we don't burn up, but that we don't, you know, crash into the planet, because that would really suck. Oh, Jeb is excited too. Alright. Here comes the fail train. Let's hope that we burn off enough of this crazy speed. That is going up ever so slightly. I don't think we went deep enough. I really don't think we went deep enough to make a real difference. We'll perform a braking maneuver. And God help us all. I hope the fuel lasts. I really hope the fuel lasts. At least the atmosphere isn't thick enough to really screw with our, you know, with our thingy. You know, with our engines. I mean, you know, it's good that engines are working at 100% because we kind of need them. 'Cause fuck. That's why. Right. Keep adjusting it, don't burn downwards. Keep parallel to the planet. And we are back in space. Alright. The Duna escape time is going down pretty significantly, but so is our fuel. Okay. At this point... Okay. I will attempt another aero brake after I push my... Well, I'll push my parapses out and I'll attempt another aero brake because we need to save that fuel, of which we have so precious little. Due to some sort of a screw-up. Can't imagine who could have done such a thing, but someone did. I know it was you. It's all your fault. Hehehe. That's right, I'm blaming you. Now what are you can do about it? Right, push out that perhaps. 20,000. Yeah, let's attempt this. We can always waste more fuel by burning, you know, outwards to make sure that we escape from the atmosphere again. That will be fun, right? Okay. Hopefully it works out fine this time. And another aero brake it is. We need to lose some 400 meters per second or so. Well, more like 250, 300 to be safe, but still. Oh, that fuel. That fuel. Okay, how far down are we? Reaching 20. I may have to do yet another aero brake. But yeah, I'd rather do these in stages than, you know, do them all at once. Yeah, I didn't brake aggressively enough. Well, maybe we're fine. As target, we want a horizontal orbit, or nearly so. Ever so slightly. Okay, 74, eh? Suppose we can live with that. That is not too bad. Node in 6 minutes. Alright. Oh, sweet maneuvers. Okay, we're coming up on our node. Turn the ship and prepare for the burn. Okay, what does our orbit look like right now? It's not ideal, but then few things are. Let's just adjust that. Okay, at least it's not too much. Maybe I could keep it in an eccentric orbit like that. Maybe. I mean, I could rendezvous with it still. You know, even if it was set up like that, just... Okay, no. Fuck that. We will do another couple of aero brakes, simply. We'll go slightly lower. We're gonna bring it down to 18 kilometers above the surface. We are in a 90-degree orbit. Unset target. So we'll bring... We need to point towards 270 to bring it down, and... Slight nudge on the engines. And another slight aero brake. Or maybe not so slight this time. And yes, I know I am fiddling around with it, but I want to save fuel, because this... I probably wouldn't be, because I'm sure we should have enough, but I'm not sure how much of that delta we wasted. I just used engineer to design my ships. I don't use the additional information to generally fly them, so... You know. That will start going down more rapidly soon. Okay. 25, 24, 22, and now we're starting to see it. Yeah, the atmosphere above some 22 is just too thin to do much braking, really. So we had to drop into orbit more or less entirely on our fuel, and that is not good news. That is not a good time, darling. That is most certainly not a good time. Okay, hope that I didn't overdo it, but this should be our final aero brake. This is looking really good. If we climb out right. Yeah, this is looking more or less about as good as they come. I may leave my orbit slightly elliptical to save fuel on this. Although it won't really matter. Not really. Okay. Okay, one last aero brake. I'm gonna push this up slightly and we'll do another braking maneuver. Just to bring it in a tiny bit more. Because I would like to have it somewhat lower than that. And yes, I know, lots of aero braking, but again, that mistake cost us a lot of fuel. I have to... This is to make sure that we can bring those guys back home. Okay, actually, let's check something. How hard would it be to push into a circular orbit? Actually, that's pretty cheap. I'm gonna go for that. And then we'll go for the landing. There we go. There we go. Okay, node in... Well, we're past it already. But okay, short burn then. Can afford this, I think. I'm hoping we can. That is scary low. It's all we have left to get back home with. Yeah, that extended burn in Kerbium's atmosphere. Fuck my life. And then screwing up the initial aero brake for the capture. I should have been far more aggressive about that. Well, good lesson for next time. Okay. There we are. We are in orbit. So while Bill and Bob take measurements, Jebediah is gonna go for a landing. We're gonna point this thing retrograde. Sorry, prograde. And we are gonna get Jeb out there. Let go, Jeb. There you go. So, you for lights. Okay, let's just turn them on this way. Where's your light? Come on. Okay, screw you then. Ah, it's drifting away from us. No! Okay, where's the fucking hatch? Is that the hatch? Can't really tell. I think it would be on this side though, because of how I put this together. Can't see worth a damn. Yes, there she is. Come on, darling. Ramp and board. Okay, the couple node. RCS. Okay. Now, okay, I'm gonna use these two parachutes right now as well, because we'll just repack them, and this is gonna serve as a cargo module for landing on Kerbium. You know, the command part of this thing. It will be filled with samples and be a cargo module for landing on Kerbium, whereas the rest of this is gonna get discarded anyway, and the crew will land in the main command module. In any case, for the landing then, just gently push ourselves away from the main vessel. There we go. In order to assure landing, we need relatively low periapsis of some 10 kilometers. But we want to come in shallow enough to, again, be relatively safe from smashing into the ground. Okay, for the landing now then. Well, Jeb, we'll try and not get you killed, okay? Okay. I know you don't really care that much, but still, it's important to me. Gonna turn this precious darling around for retrograde, like that, and we are heading in. Perhaps not the prettiest landing spot, but looks like we'll be over a smallish crater at least, so there's that. Also, we are coming in pretty nicely, it seems. Our apoapsis is slowly shrinking, but we'll deploy parachutes once we are over the craters, and the drogue chutes should do a good job of slowing us down further. Oh yeah, that's going down nicely. And that's our crater, I believe. So, oh yeah. There we go. Chutes. Well, there we are. Just flying across the atmosphere. Deploy those as well. 500 meters per second. Well, still 500, really. Again, I'm pretty sure this has enough delta V, but it has never been tested on Duna. I mean, I tested a similar design on the moon, but I honestly don't know. Kill the sideways rotation some. I'm using an aerospike for the efficiency and the power because Duna does have some noteworthy gravity. There, that burn should be ample to make sure we come at a more or less, you know, levels, but actually we might as well burn off even more of that sideways movement. Whoa, 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 scary moments. But okay, the drogue chutes have fully deployed, which means we are some 2,500 meters up now. That gets rid of most of our speed, and we can now just drip down most of the way. Okay, vertical speed, radar altimeter, just passing 1,500. Okay. Now let's see how that goes. At 500 the second set of chutes opens, and let's see how far they slow us down. We will have to use the engine a little bit, but not too much. Okay, they did not rip off the top, as they shouldn't have, since the weight is pretty decently spread between the drogue chutes, such as there is. Okay, passing 300. When we pass 100, I'll flare up with the engines, you know, do a bit of burn to make sure nothing breaks. Okay. There we go. Smidge of thrust. Slightly more, actually. Slightly more. There we go. Gently. Gently. There we go. And we are down. Excellent news. So, Jeb, are you ready? It's time to plant the flag. And I need to fix that ladder. Whee! I claim this planet for the Kerbium. Wow, he jumps like straight up, grab, and climb back aboard. Wonder how much fuel these have left in them. Oh, quite a lot. Okay, I believe we'll be safe with that. Okay, and set as target. Let it be slightly ahead of us, and we will chase after it. We'll have to repack the chutes once we get into a slightly more orbital situation. Some of them, that is. We'll Right. Shallow ascent. I believe we're high enough as is. Probably be ditching those on the way up. You can see how they're draining rather nicely, of course. Okay, so high efficiency, low weight lander for Duna. And we are just starting to reach orbital speeds as these are about to be spent. Okay, good. Just let them drift off without breaking anything, hopefully. Now, slightly more burning. Unfortunately, we kind of need to. And let me know what kind of an encounter I can get. That is pretty damn sucky. And we are losing speed rather quickly, too. Ah, can get a pretty decent one there. That fuel. Okay, let's just get into orbit and then we can worry about encounters. Maybe I overdid it on that tiny bit. You know. We'll see how that goes. Wonder how much delta V I actually have left in this thing. I hope it's enough. Okay, we are gonna climb out of the atmosphere, and once we have a stable orbit, we can worry about the rest a bit later. Okay. There we are. We're just gonna get into a nice stable orbit there. We can just dock later, really. Can use the main ship to help get things close enough to dock, if we really have to. See how that goes. Let's just try and sync up our orbits relatively completely. Okay. So, we need to be in a slightly higher orbit in order to really catch up with it. So, that is going down, that is going down. Okay, I believe we'll have just enough for a rendezvous. There, 2 kilometers. Nice and special. Nice and special. Very nice. So far, the mission is, other than a few screw-ups and scares, going according to plan. So far, so good. Okay. 50 meters per second relative speed to target. That is okay. Park next to it, then we'll take the time to repack the parachutes and actually want to head closer to it. Break me down like that. Slow me down like that. There, just push that towards the anti-target marker, so that we have a closer pass. Not quite as close as I may wish. There. Now we're heading at target, straight at the target with some 26 meters per second. There she is. Duna 1. Oh, you beautiful thing. Now adjust that further. Fuel is looking actually pretty good. Even with this an orbit higher than I expected, it's still just about right. Which is beautiful, just beautiful. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 precious. I know you want to kissy with it, but not quite like that. Okay, so if I was pointed south, if I was pointed north. Okay, put ourselves like this, and then we'll point the main craft. So, north was it? Okay. There it is. Yes, like that. And then we can dock. And Jesus, there is very little fuel left in there. I hope I have enough. If I don't, this is gonna suck. Okay, switch craft. Set as target. RCS on. And like that, I believe. And while we're drifting, Jeb, please repack those parachutes so we can land the samples you took. Okay, forwards ever so slightly. Adjust that. Looking good, looking good. Coming in for a docking. Okay. No, no, no. Tiny adjustment like that. Right. There we go. There we go. Perfect. She is perfect, no? Yes. There we go. Just dock together, my precious princess. Just dock together. We're almost there. Almost there. Just keep it centered now. We are almost home. But this is, of course, the most dangerous bit. There we go. Transfer what little fuel remains into the central tank there. Alright. Furthermore, Jeb will EVA and attempt to return to the main pod. And the crew hatch is right there. Okay. Just come on, dock. Board. There we go. Okay. So now we need to wait for the planets to align, and can't warp as fast as I may wish to. That is annoying. How high do I have to be? 800,000. Believe I can accomplish this relatively easily. And it appears I must if I wish to see Kerbium again in this lifetime. So, tiny adjustments. Damn, that fuel. That fuel. Okay. And actually, what I will do is ditch this thing now. Whoa. We do have RCS which I can use for various burnings, and I will, because that is essentially free fuel and that is also weight I can get rid of. Okay. Okay, RCS on, and now we'll burn at 4x speed, and it will drift ever so slightly, but Oh well. We are above the mark, so nobody cares anymore. And we are rid of that engine block, right? Indeed we are. Good. And that just leaves this thing. Alright, and now we wait for the stars to align. As we wait for Kerbium to catch up with Duna and reach a point where we can actually get to it. I know, it's annoying, but oh well, it is what it is. It is most certainly what it is. Alright. Alrighty. We need Kerbium to be about 1/6 of an orbit behind Duna. Then we can get a relatively easy transfer. More or less. We don't need to, actually orbit it, we just need to... Whoa! Never mind. Let's not. Whoa! Cool. So cool. Okay. Kerbium is reaching the proper position. All is well and good. Have to better that it be a bit closer than a bit too far away, but let's not overdo it, because that in turn costs efficiency for the transfer. Alright. So, shall attempt to plan this maneuver out. And we shall set Kerbium as our target. It is set as target. Good. Now I'm assuming about 800, right? Or so. And at that angle, that will be insanely much. That's the angle you want when you're going from the ground. I'm not sure I even have that much delta V left in this thing, so shall attempt it like this. That leaves us at... Damn it, the manure node closed. That is... Damn it! The manure node system is hateful at times. Okay, closest approach, separation, Latza. And that again requires excessive delta V. What if I do a shorter burn? Does that get me a... Crap! Those nodes can be so annoying. They need like a lockbox key that, just keep it open for me. Yeah, this is still not a good separation. I'm gonna wait for a second. I want to do this on the next orbit. Okay, and we will... Crap, don't want to mess with that. Thinking we could afford about 800 to 1100, maybe. Something. Right? Less if possible. The separation is going down. Yes, but no. Further, closer to this. Okay. Ejection angles. What are we looking at? This is going up, that is going... Alright, we need a shallower ejection angle. Oh, and we could get it down to some 600 actually. That is not bad. This mission may not be a bust. Right. So, 600 or 700 then. No? How close can I get? Not that close. Wait, I would have that much of an ascending descending node? Oh, I clicked those. Fuck my life. I accidentally, of course, but fuck. Okay, that is going up. Okay. There we go. We have an encounter of sorts. I will take what I can get and I will adjust it. I get close enough. All I need is a relatively good hit and I can get them home. Alrighty. 20 minutes, then. Okay, need to prepare for the burn now. It's looking about as good as can be expected. Okay, wait until we are 40 seconds from the node, then we can start burning. Here we go. Here's to hoping. Here's to hoping. Actually, I think we may well be okay. Despite the screw-ups. Alright, that is looking really good. It really is. We'll have just enough fuel for a few adjustments and we should be able to just slam into that bitch of a planet. Okay. Okay. Has to be perfect. Or nearly so. I will use the RCS if I have to. And that's another thing we can use to help us. Okay. 0, 0. That magical number. Now then. And Kerbium perhaps is nice and low. Okay, we are looking gold, damn it. But still, we can work this, we can work this, we can do this. We are going home. At the perhaps I will do another adjustment, or another series of adjustments to bring my Kerbium perhaps in, like way the fuck in. And we should be good. Running on fumes though. Oh yes. Whatever reserve we had in this, it was good that we had it. It was truly magnificently good that we had it. Because without it we would be screwed more so than we were. Are you having fun yet? I think I'm having fun. Okay, just past the perhaps. If I burn downward, if I burn upwards, actually, in this case, I think. Yep. Oh, and southwards. We'll burn southwards first. See how that affects the perhaps. Ever so slightly. And the upwards thing actually affects it significantly more, so we're gonna go for that first. We just need it to be, well, close enough to slam into the atmosphere. Can manage that. We will be pretty good. Not much point in pussyfooting around. We have the fuel we have. It's not gonna last longer if we spend it slower. Would like to keep some small amount of it, you know, for whatever. If the game screws me over on this, I'm gonna be pissed. No, we need to burn northwards, actually. Interesting. I will use the RCS for this. Just because we have so much of it left. We barely tapped into it. No? But... oh, I was burning the wrong way, never mind. But okay, this is going down nicely. It's going down very nicely, in fact. Doesn't matter if it's a bit southwards. Just equalize out some. Yes, we'll just equalize it and then we'll burn to have an equatorial approach. Like that. Say here. We will accelerate slightly to give ourselves a periapsis once again. Although, actually, screw it. We'll just go for it and we'll do a slight nudge once we get there. If we need one. Here's to no mistakes. Please, please, no last minute screw-ups. Incidentally, this is going up anyway. Not gonna, you know, screw around with this. This is going up. It's been way too much fun to just get rid of it. Just hoping that it works out. But considering how low that is... oh yes. Oh yes. 25 kilometers. That's what we're gonna go for on the aero brake. 25... it said 25, damn you. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna wait until we're past the moon before we decouple anything, because we do not wish to lose our precious cargo. We did deliver the flag, but the samples need to get back to, because, I mean, we have to pretend that we're not just mapping out invasion routes, right? Okay, we are 1.5 kilometers up, which means that we can undock this and leave it to drift down on its own. We'll just assume that it lands safely on the parachutes. I'm not gonna go through that. Okay, we wait for a bit for that to drift away from us. And then we just point upwards, more or less, or retrograde anyway. And the final chunk. Chunk, and goodbye. And we are going in. Damn it, turns out this ship design can get to Duna pretty damn good well. Awesome. There we go, my precious. 3.5 kilometers per second, which is still like half the speed with which Earth spaceships re-enter. Fun times. We'll see if those actually get deleted. They should. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'll delete the Duna 1 lander if I have to. But... right, the parachute should not have been deployed yet, but... screw it. Nobody cares. There we go. We are back home safely. And despite that screw-up at launch, everything worked out more or less right. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. There we go, now we just drift down. Ah, home sweet home. Anyway, we have great success. See you next time. Bye-bye.